Hi, everybody. Time for another report from me, from our church, from our staff. To all of you, I want to start off by saying thanks to so many of you who turned out for the flower sale. Our youth had a great flower sale. They sold over 250 of those hanging baskets. They're beautiful. And they made somewhere in the vicinity of $2,000. They've got a good fund that's developing. And thank you so much for supporting them in the flower sale. Went well. It really went well. People could drive up and drive by the line of flowers and sit in their car and pick out what they wanted. It really worked out well. We are all healthy and happy here at the church. We as the staff, we just finished our Zoom meeting where all of our faces were little squares upon the screen. So greetings from all of our staff people. And one of the things we talked about this morning is, what about reopening? What about that first Sunday that we're going to have church again? Want you to know that we are developing a plan. We're going to try to set a date. We're looking at what is legal as well as what is safe, but we're definitely developing some kind of a movement in that direction. The final decision will be made by our advisory pastors because our church bylaws state that policies have to be set by our advisory pastors, so they are the ones. However, the staff has to be deeply involved as well because they're the ones who will make it happen. If they're not comfortable with it or if they're not ready to do it, we of course can't do it. But we think that things are beginning to fall into place, and we're taking a serious look at that and beginning to lay the plans. So stay tuned on that. We want to honor our graduates. This is the time for our graduates. And so what we thought we would do is ask you to send us pictures of your graduate. Now we're going to limit it to high school and beyond, like college, graduate school, that kind of thing, of those who attend. So we don't really have the ability to handle, like cousins and nephews and grandsons and all of that spread out all over the country. But those young people who attend our church, who are directly linked in with our church, we want to put those pictures up on the screen in a couple of weeks. So if you want to send us those pictures, the name, the picture, and the level of graduation, like high school from such and such a school, or their graduate level, or from this college, send those to Mark Brackla. And that's all one word in the email, Mark Brackla, MarkBrakla, Mark Brackla, one word, at nccwm.org. I'll put that in this week's letter also. Going to be sending out a letter again, and my thanks to Karen Kahn, who puts all that together and sends that out to you. It's working really well. Remember, we've got worship. If you're just tuning in, we have worship on Sunday starting at 9:15. It goes till about 11 o'clock. And someone might say, well, isn't that a long time? Well, really, it's two services that are, put together into one. And so if you start at 9:15 and go to the end of the sermon, that's about an hour and 10 minutes or so. And then if you start at the beginning of the sermon and go to the end of the contemporary music, that's about an hour and 10 minutes or so. So we begin at 9:15. The sermon begins somewhere around 10 o'clock. And we've got a children's section in there. By the way, speaking of children, we're doing a more in-depth, longer section for the children. And I got to read it here, New Community Children's Ministry Facebook group. So if you have a child, New Community Children's Ministry, and that's a Facebook group. So tune in. Pastor Mark Kirsch and the other people from our children's ministry are putting that together. And so far, we've had a good response. The prayer sheet, Beth Dart, if you're getting it, you're all set. But if you have not gotten the full prayer sheet with all of the names and addresses, if you have not been getting that, contact Beth. Beth tells me that some people are maybe having some difficulty getting that on their email. Just contact her if you can't download it or get it on your email, and she'll send you a paper copy in the mail. Speaking of mail, remember Sunday morning I held up all of this? This is just from the past month or so of all of the people that are sending checks, notes, letters in the mail. I open the mail in the morning. I like to do that because a lot of the envelopes contain not only a check, and thank you for giving, but contain a note, even a letter. And some of them are humorous, some of them are very serious, and a lot of them are just saying, hey, we miss you, want to get back together in church again. So thanks so much for the mail. The church bulletin, it's on our website. Just go to our website and click on bulletin. Sunday morning in the sermon, I talked about this book called The Reason for God by Timothy Keller. I want to strongly recommend that for anybody who's struggling with their belief in God or their relationship with God. It's not a devotional kind of book. It's more one for the mind as well as the heart, but it's very readable. It's very readable in terms of understanding God. So Timothy Keller, The Reason for God. Community Recovery. They're putting their broadcasts out on Facebook, the Community Recovery Facebook, and they are just getting tons of people that are linking in. So they're up to like 1,000 people on their community Facebook page, as well as many others who are tuning into Facebook. So we are well. It's a beautiful day today. This is Tuesday morning that I'm broadcasting, and I look out of my window and my bird feeders, and there they all are. I've got my coffee cup here. Our coffee is still there. It's waiting for you. Won't be long, we hope. But thanks for tuning in today. Good talking with you. God bless. We pray for you. May the Lord bless you, give you strength and good health. And by the way, Dave Venheisen had surgery on his ankle, coming home this morning. We're thankful. Pray for Dave's full healing. Bye-bye.